Hello, good evening. Thank you for joining us at the closing night of the third edition of the American Independent Film Festival. I am Ilinca Mihailescu, and we're part of the team of the festival, who's putting on the show for you. So we want to thank, first of all, our partners, our volunteers, and the team, and you all for joining us over the past week. We want to also remind you that this year we continued our humanitarian efforts in the community and that all of the proceeds from the tickets that were purchased will be going towards Casa Share. This edition of the festival also marked the first edition of the screenwriting contest Read a Screenplay For, where we asked that people submit projects for Sebastian Stan. And so to start the announcement of the winners, we'd like to invite Jonathan Young from HBO to say a few words.
Invităm pe Jonathan Young de la HBO Europe, pentru că a fost organizat cu sprijinul HBO Europe.
Hello, thank you very much for inviting me here. I wanted to thank the American International Independent Film Festival for inviting HBO to partner on the writing program. It's been a fantastic opportunity for us to meet new talent in Romania. We had fantastic submissions. I wanted to encourage everyone who submitted, not just the finalists and the winners, to keep writing. Writing is the most important thing in television. Without a script, producers, directors, actors have nothing to do. So we're always hungry for new ideas. Please keep writing. I don't know who the two winners are. Sebastian Stan is going to announce that on a video very shortly. But please keep writing for film, keep writing for television, keep talking to us, keep up the good work.
Hello, bună seara! Ce mai faceți? Independent American Film Festival. Hello. Sebastian Stan aici, îmi pare foarte rău că nu sunt acolo în seara asta. Nu vine să cred că chiar acum un an a trecut și am fost acolo cu domnul Cristian Mungiu și toată lumea. Hopefully next year, maybe I'll be back. I'm sorry, but I'm gonna have to talk in English a little bit. I want to talk about these projects, which were absolutely amazing. I'm just blown away by the amount of talent and level of detail and how complex these entries were. It was a really difficult decision, foarte greu, because I like all of them, I really do. And in a perfect world, they all deserve to have, the perfect light. But in my humble opinion, I ended up with two choices. I went with Uruk and then Crinele care lată la o distanță. I love these two pieces. Uruk was incredible because I love the idea of a story being told over numerous decades. One that shows Romania and everything that happened from the 1980s up until the present day, the major changes historically, also how the country was affected, how the people were affected, but also just having one character that we follow throughout, and we get just glimpses of his life every couple of years, every 10 years, I think would be really interesting to see, just because in the matter that it's so chopped up, I think that everything would sort of feel more extreme in a way. But even just the idea of that the piece seems to deal with, these questions that we have about, a better life or sometimes the ideas of, more the capitalist approach to life in itself and how one man can potentially be ruined by that or become obsessed with an idea much more than experiencing life was another interesting theme in the piece that I really sort of got me excited. So that's one of them. I really loved it. And the other one I also really like a lot because it's actually incredibly deep and there's a lot of meaning to it, I sort of thought. This idea, the irony behind, how in life sometimes there are very few simple things that we want and we chase. This idea of a man kind of on his way to a wedding trying to encounter his ex-wife or his ex-girlfriend and then something happens, you know, to the wedding. It happens to be a major event that changes his life, perhaps, or he thinks it might change his life, and then actually, in the long run, we find out it doesn't. You know, he still is haunted by the little things, wanting to find his dog, what happened to his dog. And I love that because, in a way, it really is how life is, in my opinion, sometimes. You know, you can have an amazing thing happen to you, but it doesn't necessarily change your problems, the troubles that you face on a daily basis. You know, you still are haunted by the little things. And so, I thought there was, you know, a lot of room there for comedy, and actually something very tragic and satirical about it as well. So those are my two pieces. Congratulations to those guys. Congratulations to everyone. Like I said, I was blown away by all of them, and I am deeply grateful to have been included as a, you know, to have my opinion included. I have to thank. Oh look, the plane is coming. I have to thank HBO, Christian Mungiu, and I wish I was there tonight with everybody. Mi-e dor de toată lumea și I'm looking forward to seeing where everything is going to go next in these stories. You're all incredibly talented, very smart, very intelligent writers, and I'm really excited to see what happens next. Vă iubesc, vă sărut, noapte bună, numai bine și sănătate înainte.
Sebastian Stan for his participation, and once again Jonathan Young and the whole team at HBO for their support. Now we would like to invite the winners, Alex Molico, who wrote Uruk, and Andrea Correa with Queen, Parlato della Distanza, to say a few words.
First of all, I would like to thank you for attending American Independent Film Festival. I mean, it's the third edition, and each year they bring here some marvelous films. Sorry, now I'm starting to forget my English. But I'm speaking English because probably everyone understands English. And many thanks to the fellow finalists, to our script tutor, script doctor Alex Baciu. Thanks to CinemaScope Association for this wonderful workshop that gave us the opportunity and the chances and the inspiration and let's say, in a way, the means, and forced us to develop the story, develop the characters, love the characters, like Jonathan was saying on Monday. Helped us to study how to unpeel the character episode, and sorry, I'm speaking too much because I'm trying to remember all the people that I need to thank. Don't be stressed with it. And many thanks also to Cristian Mungiu, who, you know, from his Mount Olympus of directors, came down and speak with us. It was nice, and told us many things. And probably I'm forgetting also thanks to Ilinka, and for her efforts in order for us to attend all the works and everybody's efforts to attend the movies, the working sessions and everything. And thanks to my teacher, my parents, anyway, hope to see it being made, and wish all the best to all other projects. And the first draft is never the shooting script.
Mulțumesc tuturor celor menționați de Alex, mai puțin profesorilor, eu, mă rog. Și chiar mă așteptam, mulțumesc.